Hi, I'm Colin and welcome to How to Paint Watercolours. So if you're ready, we'll get started and we'll paint this one. Welcome everybody and How to Paint Watercolours with me, Colin. I've chosen this one. It's a Scottish loch scene. I'll try and make this simple. Some fishing boats in it. I've stretched the paper. This is £140 Bockingford Knot watercolour paper. Naples yellow. I'm going to run this in through the sky here. Use any brush you feel comfortable with it. I'm just using a round brush. I'll drop some Naples yellow in these hills. Because I want this, when I put another wash over these hills, I want the Naples yellow to shine through and into that Naples yellow. I'll give you a quick run round of the colours. Naples yellow, citrus yellow, dioxazine purple and French ultramarine. Dioxazine purple and French ultramarine, but a very strong one. Dioxazine purple, French ultramarine with burnt umber and French ultramarine. And I'm just dropping some citrus yellow in here as well. And a couple of streaks of this in the Naples yellow. Don't want too much of it. Dioxazine purple and French ultramarine. Bring it into the yellow. Let it pale off in some areas. And the great thing about purples and yellows, they will cancel each other out. Some along the bottom here, reasonably strong. Two together. Taking a stronger colour, dioxazine purple and French ultramarine. I'm just going to put a couple of streaks of this in. A little bit down here just to vary it. Softening any areas that you don't like. This is dioxazine purple and burnt umber. And I just want to drop a couple of clouds in, not very big ones, these stringy ones. I'm just using a flat brush for this. And I'll lay a little bit of water into the water area. Drop some very pale Naples yellow into this. Very, very pale. A little bit of the citrus yellow in it as well. And then we're going to leave that to dry. Now that your sky's dry, I'm just going to re-wet this background mountain with some clean water. I'm going to take some of the cloud colour, which is the dioxazine purple, French ultramarine and burnt umber. I'm just going to add a little bit more burnt umber to that. Let that down a little bit. I don't want this to be too strong. I'm just going to run an edge in. Just allow this to drift down through the water. Leaving some of the underwash to show through, just tickling the bottom. Just lifting a little paint off the bottom, and I want to add some of the sky colour in, just for shadow, just in areas. Just to give a tiny bit of variation to this hillside, this mountainside. Then I'm going to let that dry. Now that your background hill is dry, just re-wet sort of the middle ground hills with some clean water. Some of the colour once again, a little bit stronger this time. little bit more burnt umber in it. Once again, just following the fall of land. Allowing the paint just to drift through the water. Just taking some dark-green purple and French ultramarine and just dropping this in areas just to create some variation, like I did in the background one, but this is darker. And I'm just mopping up any excess water coming off these hills, and you can leave that to dry. Just want to take some cobalt blue and add that in there. Touch of French ultramarine just to slightly darken it. I'm after making a grey, pale grey, a bit more burnt umber at a time. I think that will do it. I've re-wet the whole water area and I'm just going to add this in. I want to take some of the sky colour as well, French ultramarine and dioxazine purple, all horizontal strokes. Just added some of the French ultramarine and dioxazine purple to the one that contains burnt umber. Darker and stronger. Just softening it slightly, and then we're going to let that dry. I just painted in the boats while I had a couple of minutes. It was just French ultramarine with burnt umber and French ultramarine, just dropped in places just as dark on one side. He didn't really miss anything. It helps things along a bit. And I'm just re-wetting this peninsula here. Then I want to take some of the murky colour in there again. I'm going to add this together. Burnt umber and a little tiny rigger brush. I'm just going to put the top of these fir trees in on this peninsula with that colour. Just let the brush dance around a little bit. Break the brush open, pick some of that colour up on the tips. Gently touch this on. Allow it to hit the water. Making these fir trees nice, light and airy. Little bits of undergrowth and bush along here. Take some of the dark dioxazine purple and just drop some in. Adding some of the sky colour into your land just unifies it all together. It's quite a useful tool to have or to do. Burnt umber just for some variation, as this is slightly closer. And this again, dioxazine purple, French ultramarine. I'm just going to drop it in there. So let that down. Just add some more burnt umber to that. And I want to add some movement into the water. And I'm just just allowing this to break, creating a hit and miss effect. This will do two things. It will darken the painting in the foreground for water, and it will allow the underwash to show through. Move to a slightly bigger brush. Just taking a brush, a little bit of water on the end and just softening one or two areas. I'm just going to catch the land. All horizontal strokes. Softening one or two areas again. Darkening it a little bit more. Remember, it will dry lighter. To run a little bit of water where this boat is, create a reflection. Same with this one. Dropping in a couple of reflections. Just going to touch them in with some water and allow these to spread a little. You don't have to be exact. And then we have to let that dry. Now that it's all dry, I'm just taking a craft knife and a ruler and I'm just putting some water lines in, and I'm just putting the background shoreline, restated the shorelines, broken up the reflection, and I'm just going to finish it off with just a couple more. And remember to get these straight. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please click the like button and subscribe. Subscribers are always welcome and it's free. And if you've enjoyed the video, please leave a comment. Comments are always welcome. I do like to hear from viewers. And until next time, thank you very much for watching.